Hello and welcome to my craft room. My name is Terry Phelps and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I hope you're all well. So tonight I'm going to play with a fantastic suite. I just absolutely love this suite. It's the Bloom Boutique Suite Collection, and it is awesome because the papers are beautiful. It has a stamp set that's sentiments. It has a stamp set that's florals. The dies are awesome. It's a great layering, scallop circles, and I mean, it's just super nummy. So let me get started. Tonight I'm going to make a card. I made a couple alternatives. I have an idea of what I'm going to make tonight. We'll see how it goes. um, but yeah, so I'm so excited you're here. Let me go down to my desktop. So this is the actual suite, and you can just buy different pieces. You don't have to buy the complete set or suite. It has 2 different bundles in it, which means there's 2 different stamp sets with matching dies, and it's got some scalloped boxes, designer series paper, these really cool, pretty little butterflies, and yeah. So let me show you real quick what is all involved in this suite here. So there is a gorgeous sentiment set, and these sentiments are awesome. It says, "Your kindness means so much. Wishing you a day of relaxation, happiness, and love. Thank you. You're a blessing to me. Thinking of you. Hugs. Have a good day. Thank you for being there for me. Happy birthday and thank you." So, wow, right? That just covers everything. And then, yeah, that's right. And then these are the dies. There are 14 dies in here, you guys, and these are all layered. And you've got some nice tags, labels, super. I mean, it covers it all. This thing will go with so many things for layering and stuff. So that's awesome. And then, and the dies are quite big. Now I have, I have all of them already out. This is like just what I haven't used for the moment. So that's that. And then this is the floral photopolymer set, and it is gorgeous. I love the, this is also a detailed stamp set, and I love, this is super, super, super detailed. It is actually doing your shading for you, like not just, oh, a little spot's darker. It's got different levels of stamp of shading, so it's super cool. But that's the stamp set, and then these are the dies. And I love this because you have some flowers that you can stamp, of course, and then it has matching dies, but you also have standalone flowers that you can build some layered flowers without stamping. So that's really super fun. And then I also used this die, and it's called the Eyelet Blooms die. And this was, I think, last month's product of the month. And this was only $5. So when you spent $75, you got this for $5. This would normally be, quite a bit more than that, right? So, and it's super fun because it also, and I'll show you in the card I made, it's also layered. So not only is it punching out your design, and you can see beneath it, the other colors because it's going to release these little white dots, but also these pop up so you can make them textured. So super cool. So those were that. And then the paper is gorgeous in this suite. And it is like a specialty paper because there is gold foil in all of these. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to separate these so that you can see them. But I don't want to be flipping these on the camera because I don't want anyone having a stroke because it blurs out and everything. So that's kind of annoying. But these are really, really pretty. And each one of them has a little bit of gold spattered in them. But it's also, these are specialty, but they are also two-sided. So a lot of specialty papers, you don't get a back. But look how cool that is. I know it doesn't show up quite as well as it could, but see all that shimmer? It's just gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And on the other side, of course, are just as beautiful. And look at the colors. I love the colors in this. But they all have really cool designs as well. So even if you could use this, even if you didn't want to make a floral card, so to speak, right? So that's that paper. And then I also always, I buy the two-tone cardstocks when they come in little bundles because it's a great way to get different colors of this. I mean, you can buy every one of these colors individually and get a pack of the same color, but this is a great way to add two tones cardstock, and it's really inexpensive that way, I think. And it's also, it's two-tone because one side is the lighter hue and the second side is the darker hue. So this is a little bit, it's in between designer series paper and cardstock in weight-wise, so it's really awesome to work with. So I used some of that. And then these are the super pretty little butterflies. They're really cool. They're translucent. You can see through them, but they got a little shimmer and they're just super cute. I think they come in 2 different sizes for each color. So fun. Oh, actually, I lied. There's 3. No, there's 2 different sizes, I think. But anyway, super nummy. So I just wanted to show that to you so you kind of had an idea. And look at the beautiful samples in the catalog. I mean, how fun. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so let's start playing. So we're going to make a card tonight. And I'm going to bring in my machine here. So I'm going to make just a regular card base. So this is 8.5 by 5.5 that I'm going to cut. And this is, I think it's called Real Beige. But I love this color and I don't use it enough. So I thought I'm going to use it tonight. I love it because it's just, it's a neutral, but it does have a nice look and with a lot of colors. It's very color, you could use this with a lot of different colors, right? So I'm going to throw that there. And then we're going to need to cut 2 4 by 5 1/4 pieces of cardstock. So I think we're going to cut this. And we want 5 1/4. Wow, it was 90 something today in Minnesota. That was really hot. It's like, oh. I thought about mowing my yard and decided, yeah, if you're going to do that, because it's going to be like this for a while, you're going to do it early in the morning or just before sunset. Try to get a little bit of cool anyway. So, and now we're going to need 3 pieces of designer series paper. 2 of them are going to be on the outside, and then 1 is going to be the inside. Now they're all not going to be the same size because of having to fit in this panel here. So I think I'm going to use these 3 sheets. So I want this one and this one to be 1 1/4 by 5. So I'm just going to, let's see here. What did I say? 1 1/4. So I think I'm going to actually because this is such pretty paper on the other side, I'm not going to just kind of like go all the way down. I think I'm just save this in case whatever I want to make next. I need just this area here, right? So this is 1. So this is going to be on the outside, and this one is going to be on the outside as well. So 1 1/4. I have to sit so low when I'm filming. I feel like I'm in kindergarten right now. It's hard to see. All right, 5 by 5 inches. Let's do that. That does not look right. One 1/4. It must have moved on me. There we go. That looks a little better. All right. And then for this one, I want it to be 1 1/8. So here's my 1, and here's an 1/8. So I'm just going to go. Oh, there goes my dog. Somebody must be walking by or something. Goodness. I tell ya, one way or another, he's always got to get into this. All right. So I think we have those pieces. And actually, I feel like that might be all we need for that piece. Okay, so let me see here. I'm going to get this out of the way. So sorry about my dog. It's always something, I swear. He's always doing something. He's my problem child. Alrighty. I could do this. Nah. No, we're going to keep that. No, we're going to do this. All right. So I'm going to use some glue or liquid glue because I like having the ability to move this around if I need to. Oops, I think I got a lot of glue on here. I've been playing around with a lot of different glues lately. I think it's because I've been working on so many projects that I'm just using so many different types of glues because I'm just getting into mixed media. And so some things I'm just, yeah, I'm all over the board with my glues. And so when you want to do an inside, when you want to have 3 panels like this, you want to do the outside panels first. And then that way you can center the center one right where you want to. And so see, this is why I want my liquid glue, because it gives me a little wiggle room to be able to move. Alrighty, and this panel is just a smidgen smaller. All right, let's see, is there a direction? Seems like this is the direction I want to go. That's one thing you want to pay attention is when you have directional paper that we're not like putting it on upside down, right? It's not good. All right, and so now we have our base. So I'm going to go ahead and score that real well. So I think that really is a nice color combination, having the just beige. So I'm happy I chose that. That's good. All right, this one I'm going to use. Oops. I had so much fun playing with this suite. It's so fun. I had so many different ideas. And, when you look in the catalog, they did a lot of different ideas as well. So it's really fun in fact, I almost went with one of the ideas that they showed in the catalog because I thought it was a kind of a fun concept, and it's like right on the cover, but it looks like they took squares of all the different designer series papers, and then they cut the scallop circle from that after they, almost like a quilting type of thing. I thought that was really fun. All right.
I'm sorry.
Oh, gosh. My watch just scared me. It's like, what is happening? Okay, that's all right. Okay, so let's put, and I'm going to do this in a horizontal layout, I feel. Because I think I'm going to try a different sentiment in a different one of the other layers. And so I want I think I'm going to need it to be horizontal to be able to fit everything that I want to try. We'll see. All right, so we're going to do this way. Now, let's stamp. I want to stamp one of the florals, and it's a 2-step, and the thing that is just, it's just so detailed. And this is, I know they've had stamps like this before, Stampin' Up! Has, but this is another, they added even more of a dimension layer to this stamp set. So I'm just going to stamp this on here. All right. And I'm going to take, and this is so awesome. So with this stamp, and I don't know if you can see, it's really hard to, let me see if I can put a piece of paper behind it. I don't know if you can see it, but there are etchings in here that are so detailed. And watch what happens when I stamp with this. I just think it's fabulous. Simply fabulous. And it's really great because, like right now, so far, I do not have the blends for the new colors. And so using this stamp set, I am able to color this flower, and it looks like I spent a whole bunch of time trying to color the details. And I didn't have to do anything except stamp once. Oh, love it. Look at that. So it has a lighter, a lightest, and a dark. So it looks like I did all this shading and I didn't have to do any. I like it. I like it a lot. Alrighty, and so let's do the leaves, same thing, which is great. I just kind of got these scraps here. You know, and you don't have to do these in black. You can do the outline in, you know, another coordinating like color, and that would also give it another dimension. I hope this is wide enough. We'll find out for the die. We will find out. Alrighty. Loving the new stamp pads. They are awesome. All right, just gotta line this up here. Sweet. All right, so I'm going to run this through the die machine real quick. Once I find the dies, oh my goodness, oh, there they are. 1, 2. All right. I think this is one of my favorite sweets only because the dyes and I mean all of it is so user friendly for any any set you use it want to use it with. You know, the dyes are layering scalps, the words will fit any card nicely, right? And I mean, it's just overall a nice sweet. You can get a lot of use out of this sweet. All right, let's try getting this through the machine. See what happens. Oh, did you hear that? Ah. Okay. All right. And so I have a decision to make. So I made a couple of different cards, right? And these are scraps that were left over. Another thing that you want to do now, this has, and this isn't even all of the scalloped circles. There are even more. Let me bring them in. Oh, let's see. Oh, so there are even bigger and smaller ones. It's just crazy. I love it. So I have a leftover piece. Another thing when you're using these dies to save paper, so I cut this for one of my other cards, and so I needed a smaller one, and so I used a center because this is going to be hidden by something on top, right? So it's a great way to, you know, get the most out of your papers. So I'm thinking I could use this and I could throw, this is another leftover piece. I made a larger gold scallop, and so that was in the center. So we could do this, but I feel like I want to experiment. I think the next size bigger is this one. So I'm going to do this one in gold, and I'm just going to see what I like about it. I'm going to play. We're going to play. So I need some gold paper. Or I could also do this. You know what? I'll probably cut one of each, and then I can decide from that. Why not? Right? All right, so I'm going to cut a piece of gold. I don't normally cut my papers like this, but it's just easier than bringing out my trimmer again. Right? And this one, I could use the dark side or the light side, but I think because these are darker and this one is a little lighter, I'm going to try the light side. So let's cut a piece of this as well without cutting my fingers. I'm not used to long snips. All right, so I'm going to cut both of these and we're going to play. We're going to see what we like better. Okay. Yeah, that's bigger. And let's do it again with the gold and we will see. All right. Whoops. All right, let's see. What do we like? So this could be, we could do this. We could do something like that. Wait a second. Let me get this in here. Or we could switch this one out for the gold. Because there's a lot of gold in the paper here too, so that follows through. It's a little more in your face, but I kind of like it. We could stick our leaves so that they're kind of, all right, let's see. The leaves get kind of lost in because the background is also the same color. I don't want to use this side though because clashes. All right, let's try. What do we think? Is this or this? Softer, right? What if we did this? That's too big. Too big. All right. All right. So before we decide this, I do need to, I think I'm going to use the sentiment. Let's see. I think I'm going to use the sentiment, "You're a blessing to me." And I think I'm going to use one of the banners I have not tried yet. So let's see. See how this works. Do I want it because it's going to be sticking? Oh, I think I'm going to do it this way. All right, let's try that. I'm going to cut this and we'll see where it fits in here so that we'll decide whether or not the small circle or the larger circle is in the works, in the plan. All right, so this is the banner. So if we put this here, oh, you know, we could do this with this, this. I'm going to pop, I think, this up a little. And then this could be put trying to decide if I want to center it. I think I want to center it in that. All right. Okay. I think that's what we're going to do. I think. And so just to make this a little more interesting, the color that's in that is okay. I think this is Barely Blush that's on this particular piece. So we're going to, I'm just going to scrape this on. So I'm just going to add a little color to the edge. And this color is so subtle that it'll be just a nice little accent. And that will tie in with that little center piece. Nice. Nice. All right. I'm going to cover up my black because knowing me, I will have my hand in it in no time. All right. So let's take, and I think all these I'm just going to stick directly down with the exception of the flower. I think I'm going to pop that up. Okay, so, oh my gosh, I got open ink everywhere. Can't believe I haven't put my elbow in it yet. Alrighty. So I think if I do 2 circles out, all right, and then this one, I can't remember. Did I have this underneath? I think I did. Let's do this. All right. For now. Alrighty, let's throw this on. So this is a simple card, but I think it's going to be a really pretty one. It makes use of a lot of different designer series papers, and I like that. I think I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. I think I'm going to use up some of these, right? Because this is a lot of adhesive that you waste if you throw that away just because. Oh, crap. And maybe one little more section here. Can you guys believe it's June already almost? Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. Let's see. All right. So let's place this. I want this centered pretty well. Over just a little bit. All right. And we're going to stick this down here. Yeah. You know, I don't know flowers very well. I never know if I'm actually putting things in the right place. I swear. All right. What do we think so far? So you got lots of little gold in the little flowers, and I decided on this. Now, this is a little more bolder. The other one I did like. It was softer, but I thought it was just kind of too much of that color. So I'm pretty happy with this so far. So let's put some embellishments on. I think our little banner is looking a little bare. So we have these little butterflies. And we also have, these are the 26, 28 in color dots, which I kind of like as well. I think we're going to use the dots. I think we will. Maybe we will use, I think we're going to use these. I wonder if I have enough room for 3 of these. Try and line them up. And one more. That kind of goes along with the scallop thing on the other side, I feel like, right? Super fun. So let's do the inside. What do we want? My paper, I had a strip left over, or not left over, but no, I guess I used it pretty much. Well, maybe that'll be pretty. So let's take and cut like a 1 inch. We'll do 1 inches. Do we do it to 1? Yeah. Yeah, we'll do 1 1/4 on that. And I wonder sometimes, like my cuts are off. It's because I got my cutting right on top of all kinds of other stuff. I'm telling you. I think I want this to be 5 inches. No, 5 1/4. Let's throw that on the inside. And I'm not going to add any inside sentiment yet because I'm not quite sure what I'll use this or who I'll use this for right now. So we are going to leave it blank. That's one nice thing about making cards in advance. Having them ready to go for when you need them. So fun. Really fun, right? I love the colors. Super nice. All right, so let's show you some of the other things I made. So this was, should we Wink Estella her? Why not? Why not? Just give her a little bit of a pop. It will show all the dimensions of the different layers of colors much better. Ooh, I'm liking it a lot. Ooh, she's nice. That's pretty. That really added a lot. I don't know if you can see it so much, but trust me, she's sparkly. All right, so that's the one that we made tonight. This was one I made earlier, and this is using the freestanding die of the flower. I believe it's a rose. I could be totally wrong. But what I did was, so and these all can lift, so you can give this flower dimension, right? And which is really cool. And I took the ink pad and I swiped it on the top. And then that way it gave this, it was kind of boring before that. And then I also Wink Estella'd it. So just scraping the ink pad on top gave that some more dimension. And then this is one of the banners, and it's Have a Good Day. And it's the same layout. It's just that this is a vertical, and that's the horizontal. And I did not put any embellishments. Maybe I should. I'm feeling like she feels a little neglected. So I'm going to throw one. Whoops. I'm just going to put one there. Oh. There we go. Don't know if it made it better or not, but we're going with it. All right. And then I made this one, and this was really fun. This is using 3 of the scalloped. This is using that embossing folder that I was telling you about that was a product of the month. And so not only did it cut out these so that you could see your background, right? You also could lift up any of these petals to make it like 3-dimensional so that they pop up. So I thought that was really fun. And so, yeah, so it just gives it a little different dimension, right? So that turned out really pretty, I think. Super fun. And then I used yet another one of the scallop circles. I added a center. They do have centers of the flowers, I believe. And I did that. So those were the cards. I think they turned out really cool. I could keep going and going at this set. It's just so nice. Another thing that I did, totally different, but I made this card. So Susan Campfield is a $1 million. She reached $1 million in her sales, and she's just a lovely person and a good friend of mine. And so this stamp set is hers that she got to design. And so I was participated in a blog. So I wanted to make a card using her stamp set. And so this is what I came up with. And I used the ferns and I don't remember what it's called. But it's another gorgeous, it's probably my favorite suite in the catalog. But isn't this cool? So this is part of Susan's stamp set, and then it comes as a bundle if you want. And these are the impression dies. So if you use these dies, you need an impression pad. And if you want these to pop, if you want this to come out even more in detail, embossing with the dies, you can squirt this with water and it will make the paper fibers break down. But isn't that fun? And then the back side, I just said, happiest birthday wishes. And I didn't forget your birthday. I just wanted it to last longer. So that was a card that I designed for the blog hop. And then, if you remember from last week, if you watched, remember I played with updating or creating more out of your designer series paper. And so I did stamping and coloring and splattering and using gel pens and stuff to alter this designer series paper. Well, I have these envelopes that I'm making a little book with. And so I just thought I would show you that I took part of one of the sheets that I altered and I put them in the cover of this little soon-to-be journal. But super fun, and this is all just made with envelopes. And so I'm just going to decorate, add some things, maybe some photos to go in here, and give this as a little gift. So I just thought I would show you um, that. So with that, I hope you enjoyed that. I really, really love this suite. And I did write down the dimensions of making this card as far as the panels and that. So if you wanted to take a screenshot, you could do that as well. And that's to make these two cards. So with that, I will leave you and so I hope that inspired you. It's a beautiful suite. It's a lot of fun. The card itself is an easy card to make. Use it with anything, right? And it's just, I don't know, it makes pretty cards, and yet it's not that hard to do, right? So, and you can use up some of that designer series paper that I know you all have. So, with that, I will let you go, and I hope you have a great weekend coming up. And let's bring in June. It's right around the corner. All right, have a great day. Thanks for watching.